2019, around 5 o'clock p.m. I am at the Fulton Street Subway Station. Just got off the number 3 train. And today I'm going to take you on a walk of the South Street Seaport area, or otherwise known as the Seaport District. I chose this subway station because it is the closest to the edge of the water with the East River. This is one of the more unique subway entrances in New York City. Kind of goes through some building lobbies. There is a light drizzle out now, so I may have to use my umbrella. We'll have to see. Okay, this is Fulton Street. That way is towards the water. The other way behind me leads back towards the financial district. So the South Street Seaport, or the Seaport District in general, features some of the oldest architecture in New York City. I believe it first started in 1625 with the Dutch West Indian Company. Dutch West India Company, not Indian Company. They established a port there, and it was a major seaport, as evidenced by its name. A lot of trade happened here, from everything from lumber to beaver pelts, oysters. Yeah, the drizzle's not too bad right now. This is called smart jaywalking. You watch before you cross the street, not blindly cross without looking like one of those people did. I don't think I'll need to use my umbrella, but
see, I'm gonna
we'll
tell you
see.
something. That 12.
Here's a local supermarket. I believe this is a food emporium, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's Key Food. Key Food Market. There's some new businesses across the street going up. Dunkin' Donuts and Taco Bell Cantina. I think that's a new brand of Taco Bell they're trying to introduce. This McDonald's on the corner of Cliff Street has been here for a while. This atmosphere, I hope, is a little bit interesting for you all. A little bit dreary and drizzling, so it'll give a different kind of look to the Seaport District. But if you like full-on rain and snow and all that kind of stuff, you should subscribe to my second channel, which is Black and Shadow. I do have a hydroponic lens cover, so hopefully the water droplets aren't too bad. So here is Water Street. Let me just tell you a little bit something about Manhattan's geography. This area used to be completely underwater, hence the name Water Street. Manhattan has been shaped very differently throughout the years via land reclamation and expansion. The water line used to be right here at Water Street. And now, past Water Street, there's more land, so that's why the name is Water Street, why it's here. And then going up this way, the street is known as Pearl Street because New York back then was known for its many oysters and pearls. In fact, when the Europeans got here, they saw so many oysters and pearls that it was so hard to navigate. And they fed all the oysters and the lobsters, they call the lobsters the cockroaches of the sea, to the slaves and the poor people so they could work on the ports and the ships. Now lobsters and oysters are some of the more expensive cuisines of the area. Go figure, right? So this park is called the Titanic Memorial Park. It has the Titanic Memorial Lighthouse here. This was made to commemorate the people who died in the Titanic disaster. You can read some more information about it here. There's also some flowers here in this tiny little park. But I'm going to give you a tour of the Seaport District. This is the main area of the Seaport District where Fulton Street is. This area suffered considerable damage during Superstorm Sandy. There was a borderline Category 1 hurricane which struck New York City in August of 2012. I believe it was August. And it created massive damage through the low-lying areas of New York City. This Seaport District has been experiencing a sort of revival of sorts since then. I don't think it's completely recovered from the damages of Superstorm Sandy, but it's been tremendously improved. Here's a lounge. It's called the Chase Sapphire Lounge. I think you're not allowed in here unless you're a Chase Sapphire card holder. This building is the Fulton Market, or what used to be the Fulton Market. Here is where a lot of the seafood and fishes were sold back in the day. Now the Fulton Fish Market, due to the high cost of business, moved to the Hunts Point neighborhood of the Bronx. You can check out my video where I walked on Hunts Point Avenue and other streets to the edge of Hunts Point, and you can see the fish market there. But it's really impressive. You can see all the Belgian blocks here laid down. This is what the old streets look like. There's some cute little shops here, cafe, museum, and other places. Here's a very good ice cream spot, Big Gay Ice Cream. They give you a lot of ice cream, let me tell you that. It's big and it's gay. This is one of the quieter parts of the Seaport District. You can even see some of the old facades here of what used to be the businesses that used to be here. It says over there 146 fresh salt and something fish, smoked fish. I can't really read that out, but this was a very, very big trading hub for seafood. And on this other building, it says shellfish and lobster. No, shellfish and seafood. So the reason why Fulton Street is named Fulton Street is because there was an inventor. He invented the steamboat ferries. His name was Robert Fulton, and through his steamboat business, he created the first commuters from Brooklyn into Manhattan, linking the cities of Brooklyn with the city of Manhattan. And that's why the street's named after him, Fulton Street. In fact, there's another Fulton Street in Brooklyn. They're actually connected with each other because this is a direct connection if you were to take the boat there. I think I said he invented the steamboat, but I'm not sure if he did or not. I just know he was very, very successful at commercializing it. That's a fact. This is why this area is called the South Street Seaport. This street is known as South Street because it's one of the southern streets of Manhattan. And above me is the FDR Drive, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Drive, named after the president. There's some new developments over here where Pier 17 is. This whole building in front of me is Pier 17, the developed one in the background. I would walk all the way to the end there, but last time I did have several issues with copyrighted music, so I won't go all the way to the end. But it is a big event center, especially during the night times where they have some live music and different parties going on there. It's pretty incredible. Wow, this is kind of cool. It's giving off a foggy look on the East River. There's a New York City ferry making its way down to the Wall Street Pier, which is only a few feet south of here. So you can see here the different restaurants and rooftops that are here. They've also got some companies here, Chase, Lincoln, Heineken, and Pepsi. Unless those are sponsors of the building and it helps pay their rental costs. This boat is one of the historic boats owned by the South Street Seaport Museum. Manhattan truly looks different. Now I apologize again if the water is collecting on the lens, but I do have a special lens cover that hopefully gets rid of most of the droplets. I won't be wiping the lens because I think it'll be more distracting than anything. Got people here packaging hay or maybe some goods. It's kind of interesting. You see here, this ship is called the Ambrose 1908 lightship, and this one is an 1885 ship, the cargo ship ⁴ And there's some information over here too. You can see some of the information on ⁴. You can even go on the trip. They have tours available and exhibitions. I remember before Superstorm Sandy on Pier 17, there used to be a very big shopping mall and retail store district over here. But that was severely damaged during the storm, and it was rebuilt into the Pier 17 that you know today and you see today. So I'm going to walk back to Fulton Street and then make my way westbound, or I should say southbound actually. Here you have to look both ways because it's an active cycling area. Okay, let's cross the street here. Here's Blazing Saddles, a bicycle rental company. You can bike the Brooklyn Bridge, but don't take it lightly though. If you've seen a lot of my Brooklyn Bridge cycling videos, you know how crazy crowded it can be. Don't think that it's as like empty as the pictures that they show. You could be gliding over that bridge. You'll be stopping every few feet because that bridge, people don't know how to walk on the pedestrian side, and bicycles don't know how to like yield to the pedestrians there. It's pretty crazy. You can see a lot of different businesses here. Fair trade difference. The South Street Seaport Museum, which I showed you the boats over there. Here are the main buildings and main boats. It's not open right now. It's open from Wednesday to Sunday. Today is a Tuesday. I'm gonna talk over this music. Hopefully YouTube doesn't flag me with its algorithm. But one of those super dry shirts wouldn't make sense right now to keep me dry from all this wet weather. Take a look at the size of this building. I think the original settlers who came here would be shocked at how much this area has changed. Here's Sweets by Chloe. Lobster Go-Go for some lobster rolls and salads. Here's Front Street and John Street. The water line was originally extended out to Front Street and then finally all the way to where it is today. The land building back in the day was a little bit primitive. It wasn't as advanced as it is today. To gain more land and reclaim more land from the water, they would just dump everything in the river just to like build it up, including garbage and broken wood and ships, and a lot of that material wasn't very suitable for the development. There's a lot of things in New York City history, such as the Collect Pond, where they kept trying to bury it, but it kept coming back and bubbling up in people's homes and swallowing up property. Wasn't really a fun thing to happen. I think this is enough of the Seaport District to show you. I think I'll go up this street. It's really interesting. You don't see too many small streets or alleyways in New York. All those alleyways you see in the movies in New York City, they're not that common. The most filmed alley is Cortlandt Alley, near Canal Street and Broadway. Here I'm back at Water Street. I think what I'll do is I'll walk up Water Street and then becomes Pearl Street, and then show you the underside of the Brooklyn Bridge. This bus leads all the way to the southern tip of Manhattan at South Ferry. You can catch the Statue of Liberty there. I mean the Staten Island Ferry there, and the ferry to the Statue of Liberty. But be careful you get your tickets from the right vendors, because many of those vendors will try to haggle their tickets to you and they don't actually visit the Statue of Liberty. They'll send you on a boat that goes around it. The only vendor that's allowed to bring into the Statue of Liberty is Statue Cruises. And they're located inside Battery Park. I forgot the name of the fort there, but that's where they're allowed to sell you the tickets. Here's a place called Wall Play. Not really sure what Wall Play is, but maybe it's an art institute. Passing by the Titanic Memorial again. This used to be a functioning lighthouse. Someone just left out this big piece of cardboard. Wow. This kind of weather, an umbrella doesn't really help because all the water gets in your face anyway. It's kind of like one of those things where a raincoat would help more than an umbrella. Here's Beekman Street, where I was before. You can see some of the old architecture of South Street Seaport District through all the buildings there. That's if you can see anyway. My glasses are getting all drizzled up and I can't really see too clearly myself. But hopefully the lens cover helps you with the clarity. If not, then I guess I'll know for next time, right? Even on this crowded, not crowded, dreary, drizzling day, there's people walking over the Brooklyn Bridge. That walk can easily take half an hour to get from one side to the other. And if you're coming here for the first time, don't think that you're only going to spend half an hour on that bridge. You'll be stopping to take pictures and admiring the view. Maybe not today if like you came and then it's drizzling like this, but you get the point. Unless you like rain pictures, just make sure you use a waterproof camera or water resistant camera if that's the case. Here's Peck Slip. I think I'll cross the street here. It gets a little bit hairy further up ahead because there's a lot of ramps coming off and on the Brooklyn Bridge, as well as the FDR Drive. Okay, the walk signal. Look at all that traffic on the Brooklyn Bridge. If you drive in New York City, definitely expect traffic. I can tell you that much. I think I'll actually cross this way. It's an interesting view that not too many people know about, coming this way. Over here there's no crossing signal. You just have to kind of go with it and hope that the passenger cars and other vehicles yield to you. Well, I guess this is a video out of the Seaport District now. Now I'm heading into Civic Center. Over here is the New York City Police Department headquarters at One Police Plaza. I think I'll go pay them a visit. Why not? This staircase and kind of a back way into the Civic Center is an area where not a lot of people know about. Oh, by the way, that's the Brooklyn Bridge in the distance. I hope it shows up well for you on camera. This here in the distance is the Manhattan Municipal Building with the statue of civic fame on top. I don't think much of the fall foliage will last much longer due to all this wet weather and wind. You can just see how highly secure this area is. This is Madison Street. Here's the New York City Police Department. One Police Plaza. It's a security checkpoint. I also stepped on a manhole cover and just slid and lost traction. So it's always good to look where you step. I should know that by now because I walk for it so much. I remember way back in the 1990s, this area used to be a public parking garage. You can drive a vehicle right up here and pay for your time, and it was relatively inexpensive and a good way to find parking in the area, the Civic Center and Chinatown. But that all changed after September 11th, 2001. Of course, they're not going to let you park directly under the police headquarters or the Manhattan Municipal Building anymore. Now, if you want to visit police headquarters, you have to go through at least 2 security checkpoints that I know of. There it is, One Police Plaza and the Manhattan Municipal Building, designed by the architectural firm of McKim, Mead & White, and all this beautiful fall foliage as well. But that's the end of this video, everybody. If you enjoyed this drizzling walk through the Seaport District all the way to police headquarters and this magnificent governmental building, be sure to give this video a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know why you haven't. And I'll talk to you all soon. Take care, everyone.